One of these young people said to me, "Governor, do you mind by asking you a question?" I said, "No, ask me 5. She said, there are thousands and thousands of good kids in this community. There are about 500 bad ones. How come it's the 500 bad ones that get all the publicity?" And I said, "You see those guys behind the television cameras? Why don't you direct your questions at them?"
In today's media-driven world, a large proportion of news coverage focuses on crime. Most media houses choose to make crime the center of their production, which makes their responsibility to report accurately even more important. However, this responsibility is not very high on the media's list of priorities. Census data reveals that media coverage focusing on crime has significantly gone up since the 1900s, but the authenticity of this increased coverage has not kept up with the trend. This is a graphic depiction of a New York City survey carried out by Color of Change, which came to the conclusion that the levels of accuracy of the media while reporting crimes is dangerously low and cannot be trusted at all. Let us focus at the center of this picture, which shows us how crime media, especially different media outlets, distort the same news and present it in different manners. This is extremely wrong, especially for the public. Among the numerous tools used by the media in distortion, the 4 most common ones are agenda setting, framing, choosing news values to focus on, and social constructionism. Agenda setting and framing refer to the case where the media presents crime in the manner it wants the public to perceive it, at times by using selective stats or otherwise by twisting some facts. This is how the media chooses which news, mostly crime news, they want people to focus on. News values are the conditions which determine what news the media chooses to report. Criminologists have recognized various news values, key amongst which are frequency, familiarity, unexpectedness, celebrity, risk, and so on. Social constructionism is a theory that an idea would be widely accepted as natural by society based on joint understandings of the world. This is another tool used by the media to paint pictures which are easily believable by the public. There are 3 major explanations for the media's obsession with crime leading to its distortion. The chief reason is to win the rat race of getting the most number of subscribers. The media also likes to exercise this power it has to shape opinions. All of this is connected to the final reason that the public, who are the patrons of media, are increasingly fascinated by crime. Another important theory in this arena that can be used to explain the sensationalism that surrounds crime news by the media was advanced by Marcus Felsen. He developed 8 fallacies that explain the psyche behind the media fascination regarding crime. Some of the most important ones are the dramatic fallacy, the age fallacy, and the police fallacy. Chief amongst which is the dramatic fallacy that explains that the media focuses on violent crimes, therefore creating a fear of crimes, particularly among some groups. Let us now look at this small extract where rape victims talk about their feelings regarding media portrayal of sexual assaults, rape crimes, and other related crimes. This is part of a project undertaken by The Independent, wherein rape victims talk about how media portrayal affects them and what the reality is.
So I guess in terms of media representation, it's the things we don't say that strike me most.
It feels like the media only reports on rape and sexual violence when there is a celebrity involved or when there is a false allegation case, which are incredibly rare.
It is important that this sensationalism and distortion of crimes by the media stops, because it is not without effect on people and their perspectives of crime and everyday life. Here is an example of how media portrayal of crime affects people and their psyche, especially about media and crime.
Remember the last time you saw a good story about this area? Well, tell me something. If you all didn't live here and all you had to go by was what you saw on television, what you read in the newspaper, would you want to come to this part of town?
No way.
In conclusion, there is an urgent need to close the gap between the reality and the crime headlines that is presented by the media. This is very important in order for people to build their trust on media about reporting such important things such as crime. Thank you.